we're live. Teachers to Teachers, number 18. We've got it headed as Google Classroom again, but beyond that, digital assessment and or how we communicate and transform our classrooms as things change. And I'm Dean Dahl, 6th grade teacher at Southview Middle School. And we're going to move next all the way on my screen on the bottom, but I know you can't see that, to Angie. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Angie Potts. I teach STEM to 3rd through 6th graders in St. Peter, Minnesota.
And recently invited to be a Google Education Innovator. Awesome.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We're super excited. Pinch myself every day.
And well, you should. Megan.
Oh, I'm Megan, and I'm the Elementary Digital Learning Specialist for Edina Public Schools, and this is my 4th month in the position. Used to be a 6th grade math teacher, so.
Well, cool. I will start off.
I'm not in the Google Teacher Academy. I don't have a cool thing to say after my name.
Yeah, well, you've already
been there, done that.
Well, but I'm just saying, it was not as cool. Like, Angie had a cool thing. I'm just saying.
So when we get together in March, it just should be the Angie show.
Heck yeah.
My head will still be spinning probably by then.
Hopefully.
Well, going with Google Classroom, and just as they've innovated and changed, and every time I come to Classroom, I see something a little bit different. I kind of feel like I should be using it more and digging a little deeper, and I'm looking at some of Alice Keeler's posts of many things that we can do better. But the one thing I like about it, and I know, Angie, you don't use it as much yet, but I was curious, just the flexibility and being able to connect the calendar. And Megan, I was curious what you're seeing out in the schools.
Teachers are using it to push things out to their students, and a lot of teachers are starting to play with the discussion feature or the ask a question. So they'll use it for different things, either to post student works that they want other kids to comment on quickly, or they use it for just posing those questions in class, because it's as it should be, as a discussion tool. So that's mainly what they use it for, I guess. As far as like some of the things, like the crazy different ways to use it, a little bit here and there, but not overall across the board yet by any means. So.
Okay, I can share real quick let's see if I get the screen share, and if I can share with you. Are you able to see what I've got? Oh no, there goes the screen of death. Okay, we'll try one more time. Nope, don't want that one. I'm always really good at this.
Angie, what do you use for pushing things out to students?
Well, I use Seesaw.
Yeah.
So, I use Seesaw, like the main reason I was using Google Classroom, but with seeing students once a week for 50 minutes,
Yep.
it was taking too long, especially with 3rd and 4th graders.
Yeah.
They're newer with getting in 3rd grade is the first time they get their school Gmail account.
Sure.
And it's hard. It takes
a long time.
Now that we're mid-year and this is the first year we've switched where all of our passwords match our school password that's originally set up for like our grading system for student account.
Nice.
So it matches their Google Apps for Education account. It matches like iExcel. It matches everything.
Nice.
So kids remember their password now. So it may be something in looking at next year might be something that we could
So
transition back to.
yeah, even like with the second and third, like first, second, third grade teachers, everybody talks about taking kids logging in and it's like pecking and typing and things. So having like a single sign on, like either a QR code that the kid can scan or something that goes really fast that they can use that for, but because they don't have that out yet, it's really hard for those kids to actually connect and like make it work.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating for a lot of younger elementary teachers, and that's why Seesaw is so nice, because it's like, well, they do what they need to do and then they click on their name and it's done, or it's shared to them. So
And it goes straight to essentially 6 options for creation right away. Like
yeah,
which is easy for them to figure out. Like, I mean, I go as young as 3rd grade, but I would imagine, like with my own kids in 1st grade, when
yep,
you see a camera, like that's taking a picture.
camera, right, exactly.
The
And the
picture
pencil and the recording, and like even when you annotate the different things. I've been teaching first graders recently how to take a picture of a reading passage and then read it aloud while recording themselves, and then the teacher uses that for an assessment piece that she'll go in later and share and look at and see where the kids missed words and things. So it's very much that tool for that purpose, which is a great tool. Like, why wouldn't you use it? And it's free.
And the cool part too is like the ability to easily share home. So
Yeah.
with that same assessment tool, a teacher could leave a comment, whether it's text or voice, for the student to hear and understand, and a parent can see that feedback instantly as well.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool and really powerful.
Powerful tool. Now, you said, we were talking last time about homeroom. Now that you've started using Seesaw, do you like Seesaw or homeroom better, would you say? Or do you not know comparison yet?
I like Seesaw. I like Seesaw better for, the in-class, the sharing, the assessment, that online learning environment piece.
Okay.
Homeroom, homeroom's okay, but it doesn't give the interaction as well as Seesaw does.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm wondering, because like I'm just trying to figure out what's the best tool out there for people to use,
And we have our first year with flexible learning days. So if we have a snow day,
Yeah.
there's a whole online environment, K-12 for everybody now.
That's awesome. How's that going?
Well, it's all set up, but we'll see. We haven't had any weather to make it a reality.
I don't know if we are going to have any weather this year. I'm so bummed.
So we're talking about, there is the potential of, if we don't have any weather after testing, like this spring, to do like an early out and do a practice.
Yeah, for sure.
But who knows? It's just a talk and we'll see. But so the primary building, the K2 building, is using homeroom for that.
Okay.
Because they sent home packets with every child to keep somewhere at home.
Yep.
Which gives the parent interaction, just assuming that on snow days there's going to be a lot more adult lead with having the interaction.
Yep.
So it's doing some more of the traditional hard copies.
Yeah.
But taking and sharing pictures via homeroom for each other to see what they've been working on that way.
Very cool.
And then our building.
Use a tool. Pick a tool and try it and see how it goes. That's the biggest thing, I think, right now. There's so many of them out there.
Right. So.
Dean, what do you got for us?
Okay, so I got my screen showing here, and this was relevant in what we were doing recently. So first of all, what I like the change is, and the kids have picked up on this right away, is when they look at their calendar, they see whatever it is, because there are 3 teachers on our team that are using Classroom, so they can find that easily, as well as a lot of kids are using this on their calendar, because I knew it integrated with Google Calendars, but I didn't really pay attention a lot on the left-hand side of all of my Google Classroom classes, and whatever I add, and students are using that regularly as part of their organization tool. But what we'll be doing tomorrow, and what I'll do sometimes right in front of their eyes, is just pull up the class, whatever it is, B-Day, and the first thing that we were doing and it was sharing is just a document. Thanks to Angie visiting her class, I was inspired to create a big mess in my class and doing a Rube Goldberg project, and it was crazy cool today. We're halfway through. It's organized chaos, but pretty cool. But how we did it so that they were trying to go is this is the batting order of which tables and how they had to connect their machine with others and had to write down their ideas. And they totally came up with the idea of, well, why don't we add photos to each of ours, how they look separate, and then we can take a photo how they look together. So I like the group integration. We're going to journal on it tomorrow, our science journal, and I like the new feature of just one click. It moves it to the top, so it's right on the top for them. And this is the one that's just one of, I've talked about this before, my ongoing assignments. I'll just go in and change it to it's due tomorrow, and then it'll show up on their calendar, and they will see it, as well as what our team is going to do on Monday, because it's a clerical day. We have new students coming in, and I really like how easy it is for them. They pick up on how to use Classroom, no problem at all. It's probably the only tool that they don't have any problems with. So if that's the case, we're going to create our videos and our how-to stuff and put that on Classroom so that the kids can see it whenever they want to. So yeah, that's how we've used it recently, and I like the flexibility on how, if kids want to add a video to go along with the project, if they want to add a photo, it's all right there, and then they can add it to their eFolio later.
Nice, I like it.
Very cool.
So yeah, it was pretty nuts today, though. It was everyone coming by my room was pretty shocked at all the stuff everywhere. But we have one more day, and then we can clean up and restore order to the world.
How many days have you had chaos in your class?
This is so this will be tomorrow. Will be the 6th day.
Whoa.
But it was worth it. It was worth every minute, because over the course of 4 days, so 2 blocks each, I would say safely, when they were working on their machine and connecting it to others, there were 2 out of 116 students that weren't engaged. And how often does that ever happen?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So did you get one to work?
The first group today had to cheat a little bit. So they hit one hiccup, but they in their minds they got it working. The second group, they worked it through, and it took 6 tries, and they got everything except all the way to the very end, and the light switch just hung just a little bit. And one girl just reaches over and she goes, "Let's just finish this."
That's awesome.
That's pretty
So
good.
it was really neat.
Cool.
Have you showed
Okay,
them? Did you start with that video, that Rube Goldberg video of that kid?
Oh,
Of
heck yeah.
Audrey?
They just think that is the coolest thing ever. And what was really cool, okay, I'm rambling on this, but it's good. It's good for all of us. I wasn't very wise, because we had 4 classes trying to build something in the same space. So in some respects, they had to take it down and set it up, and you know how well they share stuff. And first thing you know, they're taking apart other people's projects to make theirs better. And both groups today came in, and they were just like, "Mr. Oh, they every table they took it apart." And I said, "I agree. I'm frustrated. We can't go back and change it." And they just said, "Well, let's just do it again." we'll make it better. And they just rolled with it. They totally on the spot tweaked their design and made it work. And I was like, wow, kids can do that in about 10 seconds. And we want them to be flexible. Maybe us adults should be a little more flexible.
Right.
Hmm.
Cool.
So anyway, we better close down here. Any closing thoughts or tips? Start. Whoever either one wants to jump in.
Go for it,
Megan,
Meg.
go for it.
Okay. I guess this last month I've been spending a lot of time looking at a lot of different programs. Everything from Hapara, Canvas, Schoology, Seesaw, Moodle, and trying to figure out with a whole team of people, like, what's the best tool. And as I'm like thinking and reflecting about like all these different things, it doesn't really matter the tool that you use because it's the educator behind it that like makes it work for them and makes it work for their kids. So, I mean, I've talked to educators who use all of these different tools, and every single one of them, I'm like, yeah, this totally works. Like, you could use this tool and you could have a productive class. The hard part comes when you take like a step back and you look systematically at like the entire experience for this kid and trying to map it out to make a common experience for going through a school system or making it easy for communication for parents. And so I think those like two things have like a totally like different like view of like a bigger picture piece, which sometimes is hard coming out of the classroom that I forget about. But like I said, it all just depends upon the educator and how they use that tool to enhance learning and spark excitement in a classroom. And so the tool itself doesn't necessarily matter. It's the people who are using it and how they're using it. So I don't know, use whatever system you are using and make it awesome with your kids.
If it works for you, it's the best technology in your classroom.
Yep.
Angie.
Yeah. I agree with what Megan said. And then having the opportunity to share, I think, and talk about pros and cons pretty openly, especially like with what Megan was saying, as you look systemically and trying to figure out, what does it look like across the district? What does it look like as a student travels from kindergarten to eventually become, a senior in high school? What is that learning, management system or whatever they're doing? What does that look like as it goes? And how is that communicated to families, and does that work? And I think when teachers are really passionate and find something that works really well for them and is, students are really fired up, I think having the chance to share it and the why behind it and provide some opportunities for others to at least hear it kind of helps frame that systemic vision that maybe can drive some other things forward as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Well said.
sometimes that's hard to do, to find time or the ability, or how does that sharing look?
Yep, exactly.
And I totally understand where the parents are coming from, because we've had 3 new students on our team in the last 2 months, and boy, the poor parents trying to figure out the Edina way, much less our technology way, is a huge challenge, and that's it's a journey.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to share that I've just found this out today, which is kind of cool, and this is what we're doing. We're making a video, an annotated video of just the how-to with parents, but nothing new there. But let me pull that. There we go. So it's jazzy and stuff, and it slide over, and we're going to put our videos. But if you 2-click or right-click over it, you can set it up so it will loop, and that way it'll, if you want to loop a video or something that has an index or table of contents or links to go to, it will stay there. And I just thought that was really cool.
That is very cool. That's a cool trick. I like it.
Nice.
So show me the right finger click again. Oh, never mind.
Oops, and I went here. I'll go back.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can you, let's see.
Oh, okay. So if you do a two-finger click within the YouTube video.
And then it'll show up loop right in the middle.
Yep.
Can you see that?
Yep, I do. Okay. And then it just holds it on that page, on that video?
Yep.
Cool.
That is cool.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was a cool tool, and I'm excited to use that.
Very cool, Dolly. I like it.
Good find.
Okay. Thank you both. Until next time, and share the learning, and don't be afraid to reach out to anybody here on this panel or anyone you can, because it's pretty cool, all the neat things. You don't have to create much because it's already been created.
Already done for you.
Yeah. Okay, T2T Monthly, number 18, signing off.